gamers of Reddit, what are the strangest things you've heard over an open mic? Was playing Dawn of War on TeamSpeak and this guy got in a loud, heated argument accusing his wife of having an affair because she walked in the door at like midnight. We were going to kick him from the channel, but it got really juicy, then it got scary, then it got sad. I think he was playing to distract himself. Some friends and I were playing Call of Duty the day Bernie Mac died. We were talking about it, and a black guy on our team thought we were making it up. When we finally convinced him, he was quiet for a few seconds, then, in a very distraught tone, said, "Man, I gotta call my mama," and left the game. This is actually really endearing. Watching some news channel just after he passed, and they panned around where people were saying kind words about Bernie. Then they cut to Steve Harvey and he said, simply, "Heaven just got a little funnier." I don't know what is, or what I believe, but that hit me to my core. And I just started bawling. Several years ago I was doing a 40-person raid in WoW. Many people in the guild were from CA. At the time I lived in Oakland. We hear one guy around Napa call out, "Whoa." Then a few seconds later I feel a pretty substantial earthquake, and announce it over vent. A few seconds a couple people around some Jose chime and they're surprised too. It was pretty cool to hear how the quake rippled south in real time. I had something similar in World of Tanks. With a couple guys howl at we're from Los Angeles like me. We both felt an earthquake at the same time on TeamSpeak. Eek. Was pretty funny. NNY. Me and a few buddies were hanging out in TS when a similar thing happened. We all live in South Carolina. And a few months ago there was a minor earthquake. Nothing huge, but it shook my desk around and my water splashed everywhere. The quake was a few seconds apart for each of us. It was really cool to listen to my friends react to something that happened to me a few seconds ago. There was a guy got on the microphone while his friend was playing and told us okay time to get some culture you illiterate shits, and then proceeded to start reading the Brothers Karamazov out. Some people say he's still reading the Brothers Karamazov over that game to this day. Older lady told me I had a sexy voice and wanted me to recite the alphabet slowly. Yes. Read me the alphabet, you hunky man. I was on a co-op mission on a WW2 flight sim. There was around 16 of us playing, and one guy was pretty wasted. We were cruising along on the way to the target area when suddenly we started hearing snoring. Loud snoring. Some guys started yelling "wake up," but to no avail. And shortly after we hear a loud crashing and rattling over comes, followed by a "WW fuck. Son of a bitch. I'm fucking bleeding." Guy passed out and smashed his head on the floor. Couldn't finish the mission cause we all were laughing so hard. I'm picturing his plane slowly losing altitude, slowly inverting as he began snoring. He had it trimmed out pretty good actually. He was drifting away, but wasn't losing much altitude. Playing with a pug in Destiny. We had just finished a raid and we were taking a 15-minute smoke break before jumping into the next one. It was winter, and one of the guys had stepped outside for a quick smoke and still had his headset on. A few minutes into the break we hear an "oh shit," then the sound of someone banging on doors and windows as he tried to get back inside his house. Apparently he has locked himself out and didn't have a way back in. Realizing he still had his headset, he put the earphones back on and was like, "Guys, I need help. I'm locked out of my house without a jacket, and I don't have my phone." I asked if there was anyone that I could call. Dude couldn't recall his mother/dad/sister/etc phone numbers off the top of his head. I asked where he lived and started to pull up the non-emergency police contact for his area. Then he had a bright idea. "Dude, call the Arbors in State X, Town Y off Z Road, and ask for Sarah. That's my sister. Tell her to call my mom so she can bring the spare set of keys over." So that's what I did. I called and she was the one to actually answer the phone. Phone is answered. Me. "Hey, is the assistant manager named Sarah there?" Yeah, that's me. "What can I do for you?" Me. "This is a bit odd, but I'm playing an online game with your brother Andrew. He stepped out for a smoke and locked himself out without a jacket. He doesn't have his phone, so he told me to call you. So you could call your mom to see if she can bring the spare keys over. Apostrophe. Oh no. Yeah, I can do that. Are you one of my brother's friends? Apostrophe. Me. Nope. Just met him online today. I live about 500 miles from your location. Apostrophe. Oh. Okay, well thanks for calling and letting me know. I'll call mom and let her know. Apostrophe. We say bye and phone call ends. About 5 minutes later I get a call from the same area code. Different number though, and it's dude's mom in a slight panic asking if her son was okay and having me let him know she was on her way right now. I played operator for about 20 minutes until she got to his place. One of the most interesting online gaming moments for me. TL. Doctor saved a kid from death by hypothermia. Love it. Can you call my mom too someday? Ha. I might have to start a service. Not really strange as in creepy. But I was playing XGO match when a kid on my team yelled ha. Get fucked after getting a kill. Then our entire team hears him screaming, crying, and begging for forgiveness from his mother beating him for cussing that loud. My raid group was pretty diverse. 2 guys from the Bronx, SP, myself and another from the UK and a few from Norway, Finland and 1 from Ukraine. We were pretty new to the game and hadn't cleared the final boss of a very tough raid yet, but we were coming close. One of the Bronx guys died straight away, lag issues constantly, but we'll never kick him, but proceeded to do a live freestyle rap about what each person was doing in the raid in lieu of a commentary. Sugar was amazing. Wish we had recording software back then. Second was the Ukraine guy. Just signs on to TS one day and says war has broken out. I won't be on for the raid laughs. Signs out and repeats the same message in game to the guild as W Harlot weren't on. NTS. Kinda worried for a few weeks, but he eventually managed to contact one of us via our forum to say all was well, and he'd moved to a new/safer city with family while things die down. Can't wait for him to get back. His DPS was straight up demonic. Onic. Just a causal so. Yeah. I live in a war zone. Probably won't be on for a while. Apostrophe. Not strange but caught me really off guard. A CS server I used to frequent, a guy canon voicer comes to say goodbye like a normal person would. But what he said was that he just finished chemo and that he would play during his treatments. Now that he wasn't getting chemo he wouldn't have that time to play anymore. It was a nice change to hear after the usual chatter. That'll always stick with me. I really hoped he wouldn't have much time to play anymore, because he was going on to live the rest of his life. That's what I hope too. Guess I'll keep thinking that. My WoW raid leader's wife masturbating and having a screaming orgasm while we were raiding Black Temple. He took his headset off and queued it up just as she got off next to him. It was a weird guild. Edit. And in Wrath. In the same guild. We were working on 3 Drakes Arthurian when one of our mages yelled, AFK mom on fire. Mid-pull. Turned out she really did catch on fire while cooking. He had to take her to the emergency room. AFK mom on fire. Apostrophe. What? Mom. It's raid night. Exclamation mark. A few years ago, I was in a rift guild with the strangest California desert hicks. This couple lived in the hills outside San Diego on some big piece of property with their kids and the guy's parents. They were actually decent enough of players. He was an especially solid tank, but damn if they didn't interrupt raid for the craziest of reasons. One week it was kid with a broken arm. The next, the in-laws roof was on fire. The frequency and kind of incident were always enough to make the rest of us wildly speculate about what the hell kind of living situation these people had. The best time they interrupted raid? Guys, we gotta take 20. The kangaroo is loose again. Apostrophe. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.